Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are coming to you live from the rinks in Hauppauge. Game 1 of 3 here on the North Rink. 6 games in total here tonight. South Rink action has already kicked off tonight. Travis Quigley here with Magnus Healy, getting ready to take you through the call of this freshman matchup. The Northport Huntington Tigers taking on the Kings Park Commack Knights. Magnus, first of 3 games. We got 2 varsity matchups following this one. First game of the season for these two sides. What do you think they're both going to be looking to do in order to start on a positive note?
Yeah, Travis, they're going to look to just establish both sides of the puck. You know, it's opening week and you have a long season ahead of you. You want to understand your weaknesses and your strengths early on and be able to identify that period by period. You know, sort of understand how guys work together, you know, some chemistry that you have as a team. And, you know, freshmen, they might have played at the developmental level. They understand how they work, and you can kind of build that connection throughout the season.
Certainly, I'm sure we're going to see some familiar faces here tonight. As you mentioned, some players rising up from the developmental ranks, making their freshman debuts tonight. And I think we're going to be in store for a really exciting matchup tonight. About 20 seconds left in warm-ups. A quick teaser for starting netminders. Both these teams only one goalie on the roster. So Matthew McCartney in the cage for Northport Huntington. They'll be wearing their blue uniforms with the yellow and silver stripes, yellow numbers on the back. And for Kings Park Commack, it's going to be Carson Estero. They'll be wearing the white uniforms, yellow going down the arms, that maroon as well. Maroon numbers on the back with the gold trim. KPC going left to right, first and third. Northport going right to left. Again, first game of the season for these two sides, and they look like they're raring to go. Kevin Broderick, our producer tonight. Paul Trentini on the camera. And of course, our main man, Sam Musnick here, running some social media for us tonight. We're the crew over here on the North Rink. Gabe Curry on the South Rink, running the show over there. Ryan Brannigan, Brady Campbell on the call tonight, and Wally Mitchell, he'll be on camera on the South Rink all night long. The entire LISN crew out in full force. We're so happy that you could join us tonight on the LI Sports Network. Super excited for Suffolk County High School Hockey League action. Kevin and I were talking about it the other day, Magnus. It felt like we were just here a few months ago crowning ourselves champions across all of the divisions. And now, just like that, we're back again, dropping the puck for the 25-26 season.
Yeah, it's opening week. I mean, you take such a long hiatus in the offseason, you got to get excited at every level. You know, whether it's developmental, JV, freshman, you're playing hockey, we're back in the rink. It's cold, but we love it.
100%. We love it. We live for it. That's why we're so excited to be here, covering the best game in the world, showcasing you athletes out on the ice. And before we get to the first opening face-off tonight on the North Rink, we're going to pause real quick for the national anthem. anthem has been played. Both sides strapping the helmets back on, scooping up the gloves and twigs, and we're just about ready to go. Once again, Travis Quigley here with Magnus Healy getting ready to take you through the call. Northport Huntington Tigers, Kings Park Commack Knights. First game of the season for these two sides in the freshman division. And the Knights are up, banging on the boards. They're ready to go. Corey asking the goalies if they're ready, asking Mike Emerson if he's ready. And the puck's down. We are underway. It's the Tigers who will control the opening faceoff. Scooping it up and spinning around, Henry Alfano. Alfano's chip out of the zone was held up by Tizzolo and back in behind the net. Tigers recover as they look to break things out. Allstats all over it on the forecheck as it squirts out into neutral ice. Back with Allstat, loses it in his own skates, and the Tigers trying to recover once again. It's Tucci who will finally settle it down and control possession. Cuts over the line, takes a shot pad, save McCartney, and he'll cover it for the first whistle of tonight's game.
Yeah, something we see early on here from this Kings Park Commack Knights team, is their ability to facilitate the puck. We saw it moving around early there with Allstat and Tucci creating opportunities early.
Tizzolo wins it clean, comes right across the slot, chipped out of the zone, and the Tigers with some speed. It's Alfano. Alfano dips the shoulder, cuts to the forehand. What a stop as Esturo back in front, hits the side of the cage, and goes back behind the net. Out again, Esturo will poke it out of trouble, and here comes Allstat generating a one-on-one. He'll split the D. Allstat shoots. He scores! First of the year for KPC. Allstat makes it 1-0.
Yeah, just a great fast break there by Allstat as we take a look at the replay here. It's a 2-on-1 going down the neutral ice, gets it down the blue line, and it's just open field. He gets to make his decision and attack there early on McCartney.
Yeah, Brody Allstat cutting in right over that right shoulder of McCartney. And the Knights take the lead. They win the ensuing face-off. Just a minute and 10 seconds in, 1-0. I'm sure it's exactly how the Knights coaching staff drew it up, get out to an early lead. They're going to set up in the offensive zone now. Bouncing puck comes up to the point. It is held in. Another nice play made there by Meza Salma. It does come out. Meza Salma stops it up, but then it's poked off his stick. Tigers want to establish their forecheck now. Meza Salma down to the ice, but helps it out of the zone. A little chip into the zone, and now carrying it in. Driving behind the net, trying to make something happen is Arthur. Arthur goes to the point, nobody home. It's poked out of the zone. Skinner, double zeros, gets a chance. What a stick lift right there. Robert Koisku. Skinner regained possession, tries to make another move around Koisku, but he'll stop him up and helps it out of the zone. Trainer will stop at the red line, looks to dump it back in. The Knights must tag up on the delayed offside. They'll begin a line change as well. Comes back off to the near side, and Hedger's pass is intercepted. Schwartz is on a breakaway. Joey Schwartz in, scores! Joey Schwartz read the play perfectly and makes it 2-0 for KPC.
Yeah, that's just a textbook start for the KPC Knights here early on as we take a look at this. 2 goals early on. You're keeping the ball in your, or the puck, in your possession and putting pressure on McCartney early.
Saw right there, read that one, walked in with plenty of time and space as the Tigers will intercept one, but they enter offside. Northport looking to generate a little bit more possession time here with the puck, as we'll have a face-off on the near side, spectator side of the sheet. 2-0 game, 12:33 to go here in the opening period. A hot start for Kings Park Commack here in this freshman contest. Draw was won, and now it's flipped ahead to Cohen. Cohen's going to drive in, 3-on-2, turning into a 3-on-3. Pass to the slot. Schwartz shoots, rings it off the bar. It's flipped out to neutral zone. Tigers just trying to alleviate this pressure. Cohen cuts in. He'll spin. Nice backhand pass to the outside. Backdoor looking for Schwartz. McCartney gets a piece of it as it skirts off into the corner. A big check thrown by Cohen. as he sends Frey to the ice. Joey Schwartz loses it in his skates. Joey number 7, Ryan number 88. Tigers, some ozone time here. Shot in the slot, spinning. Estero will cover the chance from Alfano.
Yeah, a little bit more encouraging from this Northport Tigers squad. You get the ball, or the puck again, excuse me, in the Knights section, and you're putting a little bit more pressure. You have the ability to create more lanes for your guys and get it moving around and try to get a score on the board here.
11:49 to go, first period. Knights looking to break it out. Here comes Alstad again. Got a lot of jump in the early going of this game. Alstad from the outside shoots, just goes wide with it. A backhand pass up to the point. Meza-Salma's shot blocked. And now Alfano will take off with a ton of speed, trying to split through the D and get a chance. Cutting across, Waterman with a great poke check. Meza-Salma will play the body off in the corner. Tigers trying to surround the puck and swarm it as it comes around on a weak side rim. Tucci plays the body, and now a 4-on-1 chance. Waterman cuts across. He'll take it himself, shoots, save McCartney. Loose puck, and it's poked wide. Tucci out of the corner for Tizzolo off his left skate. Could not control that pass. Alfano trying to chip it out. Alstat backing up. Meza-Salma keeps it in. Tigers again trying to clear. Tucci gets a piece off the wall. Alstat will take possession. Alfano on a stick lift. It's back with Alstat. Cuts around one. Now drives the net. Trying to go short side, but put it over.
Yeah, an aggressive stick here early from Alstat, making Matthew McCartney work behind there. And that's just credit to this Knights offense of being able to get him the puck.
Stretch pass to Tucci. Receives it behind him, but still making something happen with it. Walks around one, now another. He'll shoot, puts it over. Alstat cycles it. Wraparound try off the outside of the cage. McCartney will dive on top of it and take the whistle. 10:13 to go in the opening frame. 2-0 score for Kings Park Commack over the Northport Huntington Tigers. Travis Quigley here with Magnus Healy, Kevin Broderick, our producer this evening, and Paul Trentini working the camera for us. Draw will be left of McCartney. After he covered that puck up, Carbett will step in to face off against Dowling. Carbett wins it at the net. Rescue will go chase it down in the opposite corner. Plenty of time, no pressure coming on Rescue. Takes a shot, squeaks through the blue paint. Almost 3 there for KPC. Rescue trying to beat McCartney on the odd angle. Tight defense being played right now on Skinner. It'll go into the corner. Koisku looking for a weak side rim as the Tigers try to break things out. Schwartz will hold the zone. It's batted out of the air. The Tigers will clear. Chance for numbers. Andrew Cohen chops it into the zone. Schwartz meets him on the wall. It pops into the slot, and now Trainer will lead the breakout. Headmans the puck for Rescue, and now a foot race between Rescue and Koisku. Koisku's going to wheel his own net. Plays it around the wall. Schwartz is there, holds the zone, off the boards, down low. Walk in the circle. High slot shot goes over the net for Skinner. A lot of pressure through the first portion of this game. Potential 3-on-2 opportunity. Trainer stands him up at the red line. Tissot trying to dump it in. Good battle there with Rescue. And coming forward with it is Dowling. Dowling shoots, rings it off the bar. What a chance there for Dowling. Best opportunity of the game so far for the Tigers. Had Estero beat, just could not beat that crossbar. Koisku looking to turn up the ice now. Get it back out of his zone. It comes through the middle. Schwartz trying to get the angle right there on Kahn as it's forced into the Knight zone, and now back with Joey Schwartz. Schwartz on a stretch pass. Tigers got to be careful there. Almost got caught with too many skaters on the ice. Kahn up the sheet. Looking for Alfano. It's broken up by Striga. Striga dumped to the ice, though, by Alfano. But he made a heads-up play to Joey Schwartz, who enters the zone. Schwartz to the middle for Cohen. Poked off his stick. Good play coming back by Ryan Guzzo. Dumped in deep by Jared Waterman. Schwartz, he'll cycle one more time. Comes around, delayed penalty coming, and the Knights will go on the power play. 2-minute roughing call on the way.
Yeah, a lot of action there early on, and Northport did get to see an ability to get the puck, in the Knights zone later on there. And one thing I noticed throughout most of the possession that Northport had is there's a lot of clamoring of the sticks. You know, not a lot of good communication on their end, and then the reason I think they were able to get that good shot on goal that unfortunately ringed off of the net was that the ability that they were able to space it out and look at their opportunities a little bit better and not necessarily worry about just one man having the ball or the puck.
So Alfano to the box, 2 minutes for roughing. Puck comes back to Mezasama. Mezasama shot is blocked. Ava Spardell getting in the way. Comes around to Allstat. To the middle to Zolo, just missed his stick. 7:40 to go in the opening period. Still 2-0 here as the Knights will look to expand their lead on the power play. Up top for Trainer. He'll walk to the middle. Looking for Tucci on the one-timer, and it's broken up cleanly by Hedger. Hedger will headman the biscuit, and driving ahead, it's Dowling. Dowling looking to make the move around Trainer. Trainer forces him wide into the corner, and it'll come back up the half boards. Back with Dowling. Dowling with possession. He'll cut to the net. Trying to get a shot off, sticked away by Esturo. Tizzolo got a piece of it on the way there. 50 seconds gone on the power play as Kings Park Commack will look to start the breakout once more. Mezasama head up, leading the charge. Down the right-hand side, fires one right into McCartney's glove, and he'll hold it for the whistle. 58 seconds left here on the man advantage. Wholesale line change here for both sides. Some fresh legs on the power play and penalty kill units. Resicue, Carbit, Schwartz, Striga, and Skinner on the ice on the power play. It's Skinner who will take a backhand shot off the draw that goes just wide. He'll scoop up his own rebound and wheel to the point. Runs a scissor play up top, looking for Schwartz. Missed his twig. Koisku trying to clear, and he's going to draw a penalty. Carbit going to the box now. We're going to see some 4-on-4 hockey here. Ice is going to open up, Magnus.
Yeah, definitely, and that is almost a good thing here for this Northport squad, as KPC has been doing nothing but putting pressure on them in their own zone. It's been nothing but moving the puck around constantly, finding different lanes. You're going from corner to corner. They're swinging it around the perimeter. This is honestly a good opportunity for Northport here.
So faceoff will come all the way down. Got to wait a moment as Esturo still doesn't have his equipment on. We're going to go anyways, it seems. Puck went into the penalty box anyways, so now Carson can get himself ready.
Take his time, a little bit stressed out there. Puck's in his own zone, and he's not even ready.
So we'll come outside there. Accidents happen. I did see the official apologize. Did not notice that Carson didn't have his glove on. So Tigers win it, dumps in Striga. We'll look to make a D-to-D pass, and Schwartz will chop it out of the zone. It skips through the legs of Koisku. Skinner trying to stick lift and take it away. Koisku wins that battle, and he'll clear it out to center ice. Schwartz with his head up, looks to dump it in, goes off the dasher, and we'll get a whistle. Face-off will come right back to center ice.
Yeah, a lot of quick transitioning here that we're seeing from both teams here, going up and down the ice. And 6 minutes to go here in the first period. You have a 4-on-4, and as you mentioned earlier, Travis, there'll be a lot more space on the ice. You'll see a lot of more open lanes, a lot more territory that you could kind of facilitate the puck through.
And we're 11 seconds away, 10 seconds now from Henry Alfano returning, and this becoming a Tigers power play. So we'll see if they can take possession from KPC. They're going to look to make one last rush while it's even. We do have a delayed penalty coming on the Tigers, so right as I say that, we return to 4-on-4 hockey. It was maybe a 3-second power play there for the Tigers. And now we're going to go back to even strength. Interference the call coming on Connor Frey.
Yeah, as you mentioned, the 4-on-4, we've mentioned this a ton of times, space, and then once you see it, to go back to the 5-on-4, we got what we wanted back again.
So even strength hockey here. Minute 14 seconds left on the penalty to Jason Carbett. And again, Connor Frey to the box, 2 minutes for interference. So a lot of open space as Alfano is going to force a turnover, and he drives into the zone. 2-on-1 chance, takes a shot of Sturrow off the shoulder. Centering pass, and it's taken by Mezasama. He's looking for Skinner. Skinner off to the races. McCartney will come out and smartly play it ahead for Alfano. Alfano being pressured, just trying to protect the puck as he enters the zone and dumps it in. First on the forecheck, Brendan DeSarno, but he's going to retreat. Stops up on the boards, plugging it away, and engages in battle there. DeSarno looking to walk off the wall with the biscuit. Forced off his stick. Mezasama, good defensive play there. Waterman solo right now as everybody else went for a line change. He's going to protect the puck. A drop pass taken by Alfano. He clears the zone, gets it right back, and he's going 1-on-2 on the Schwartzes. Alfano's shot is disrupted by Ryan Schwartz. Joey Schwartz then plays the body, knocks Alfano to the ice. Play to the point. Thomas Martin couldn't keep it in. Here comes Cohen on a breakaway. Cohen walks in, forehand, backhand, stick save, McCartney. Played out front, another one, McCartney, 2 in a row. Chipped out of the zone, here comes Alfano. Chasing it down, battling with Joey Schwartz. Still possessing, Alfano spin shoots, toe save as Sturrow. He takes the whistle as KPC on the power play, taking the game by storm through the first couple of minutes, Magnus. But here come the Tigers using that 4-on-4, as you said, that open space to take some momentum back and get themselves back in this game a little bit. Still looking for that first goal, but that shift definitely helped.
Yes, certainly. One thing I want to point out, there was a lot of action that happened on that last possession. McCartney obviously with the 2 phenomenal saves with so much pressure on him by the cage, but one thing that I want to highlight, the smarts.
2-on-1 chance here as it comes across to Joey Schwartz. See if he can make it happen as after it pops off into the corner. We do return to 5-on-5 hockey here. Cohen falls down, nothing coming here. Looking for Schwartz, and there is a delayed penalty, pardon me. Did not see the arm come up of the near side official. The far side official had his arm up. We got another power play here for Kings Park. Commack and Magnus, my apologies, but please continue your thought as we're going to take a look at those saves that you were just talking about from McCartney.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, he's got a 1-on-1 play. He makes a little stick save, as you mentioned, and then the puck comes right back around, and he's instantly having to get back into position to try to keep his team within reach here. And just another phenomenal save. I mean, truly textbook. The coach certainly has to be proud of that scoreboard regardless. And what I wanted to mention was Alfano's ability to read that the KPC Knights were in transition and take advantage and create his own fast break 2-on-1. Now, he didn't get the goal, but it's certainly something to be happy with here. Striga
shot from the point. McCartney, tons of traffic. Still able to track it down, make the save, and take the whistle. And that's a great point that you brought up there, Magnus. Alfano's ability to create his own opportunities despite being swarmed by a bunch of Knights. The Knights will win another draw here on the power play. Striga with the knuckle puck shot. Rolling would not settle. It got blocked. He recovers and finds Tucci. Tucci beats one, now another. He'll take the shot. McCartney save. Cleared into the corner. Unable to chip that puck out was Tissot. It pops over to Allstat. Spardell up the boards, backhanded by Striga. Tissot will clear, and it's Dowling who's off to the races. 1-on-1. Make it a 1-on-2 is a good back check there from Tucci to get the numbers for the Knights. And now Tucci's going to get rewarded for that back check as he's off to the races, and it's 3-on-0. Tucci in, takes it solo. McCartney shuts him down. Another chance to Zolo off the outside of the net. 1 minute left on the penalty to Caden Thomas Martin. 2:22 remaining here in the first period. It's dumped in by Tissot. He'll head off for a change with Dowling. It's been a great penalty kill thus far for Northport Huntington.
Yeah, really good going into the end of the first period. Northport showing just a phenomenal job, learning from your mistakes, as we mentioned earlier, and kind of adjusting as we fly throughout the first period.
KPC looking to set things up with less than 30 seconds to go on the power play. Tigers looking for another clear as that could get them out of the rest of this PK. As CTM, Caden Thomas Martin looking to return in 12 seconds. Scooping it up is Skinner. He'll roll to the middle of the ice. Dishes to Mezasama. Shot deflected. Save. Rebound. Carbit puts it home on the power play. 3-0 for the Knights.
Yeah, unfortunate there by McCartney. KPC had the puck there farther back, and I think McCartney kind of lost it a little bit with the cluster of guys he had in front of him. Unfortunately, it gets in, and it's a 3-0 lead here for KPC.
Great deflection in front there by Carbit, using the moving screen to block McCartney's vision. He's made a couple of big saves in a row there. As we have another delayed penalty. This one's coming up against the Knights as Alfano using the speed, driving wide. Backdoor look. Chance just misses there. Hedger, great opportunity. But a power play coming up here for the Tigers as they will look to capitalize and use that chance as momentum with $1:12 to go in the opening frame.
Yeah, we see two checks on the board here, one to the far side and then the near side over here. You got to stay composed. You can't play aggressive here. You're putting your team in a bad situation.
So Carbit going to the box. Looks like it's going to be 2 for roughing. So the most recent goal scorer now headed to the penalty box, and the Tigers will look to get their first of the game here. And it would be a huge boost if they could get it before the end of this period. Alfano lines up against Skinner for the draw, and he'll win it. But Skinner gets a piece of the pass up to the point, and it'll come all the way back to McCartney. McCartney fans on the initial attempt and loses it again. Skinner's going to scoop this one up, and shorthanded, he's going to look to make something happen. McCartney loses his stick. We're under a minute here in period 1. Rescue down low, looking to get the puck. He's knocked to the ice by Alfano. Skinner there looking to help it out. A weak side rim going around. Guzzo met there by Trainer. Now the pass comes off Guzzo's skates, and Skinner's cutting back to the net. Skinner from the backhand, big save McCartney. Still no stick as he gets it back. Dropping it off for him there was Ryan Hahn. 20 seconds to go. Hedger enters the zone. He'll dump the puck in as the Tigers look to set things up. Trainer looking to clear. It's broken up, and here comes Alfano settling it down. Cross ice to the opposite D, and off the skates of Kahn into the corner. 5 seconds remain. Trainer will look to clear one more time. Schwartz could not get it out. One last chance. Tigers can't get a shot off. There's the buzzer. 1 period down. KPC with a 3-0 lead. Back for the second period, and Travis Quigley here with Magnus Healy. Magnus going to take the play-by-play. Magnus, Take it away, buddy.
As we're here for the second period face-off, it's a 3-0 lead for the KPC Knights. It'll be Schwartz taking the face-off as KPC wins it. Swinging it around to the Northport side, handling the puck is Thomas Martin. In the neutral zone here, Tissot into KPC possession. Going across the blue line, sticks defended by the Northport squad. Good stick in there by KPC. Puck handled now in transition by Kahn. Back to the side of Northport. Swings it off the boards. Early transitioning here from both sides. Comes over to Cohen. Schwartz handling it now. Swings it around behind the cage of the Northport squad. It'll be back by the right side.
And Magnus, Northport doing a really good job here of limiting KPC on the attack in their zone entries as we started this thing off 5-on-5. And you see Alfano now digging away, as you mentioned earlier, on that forecheck.
Yeah, continuing to put the pressure he's been putting on all game as he's being heavily guarded here by Striga. As the puck will go now behind the cage. And it's swung over to Schwartz. Stick in there by DeSarno. Northport possession. Around possession here for KPC. A shot on goal and a save by McCartney. And it's cleared for Northport. Estura will let it go.
Yeah, so that's a big icing call right there. And first icing we've seen today. So faceoff coming back down into the Northport zone. So an opportunity here for KPC potentially to extend the lead. Offensive zone faceoff. They've been pretty good on the faceoffs so far tonight. So we'll see if that success can continue here, Magnus.
Yes, certainly. As we've mentioned, certainly throughout the whole broadcast, as the faceoff is won by KPC. It's a shot on goal there, no good, far off the backboard. Cleared into the middle, shot on attempt. Stick in there by Tizzulo as Northport in transition once again. It'll be cleared there. And KPC, and led by Allstat on a fast break. Going over the middle to the blue line, takes it around the cage, looking to come back. And a stick in there phenomenally by Thomas Martin. Mazzala clears it. It'll be Spardell looking to get a stick in there from Northport. Thomas Martin in transition once again. Cusco with the puck.
Tizzolo's all over it this shift. Trying to get something going here offensively for the Knights. Great turnover.
As it's cleared there. Transition now again. One-timer out of the zone across the blue line. New entry for Beal for the Northport. Waterman with the puck, handling across the center ice. Good stick handling, stick in there by number 51, Cusco. Allstat with the puck now at the neutral ice. Working through this Northport squad to the right side. Spardell handling around the cage. Shot attempt and a save with his leg by McCartney.
It's a good wraparound try there. Allstat has been playing with a lot of pace here tonight as we're a couple minutes into the second period, still trying to keep the offense humming here for the Knights.
As DeSarno is working on Waterman in the corner by the boards. Waterman able to clear it to Skinner. Back at the midline. Over to Waterman, got no pressure on him now. Puck off the glass. It'll be going to Estura, who gives it over in the right corner. And up the side comes Waterman. To the middle, cleared by Kahn. Handling stick defended there by Waterman and Skinner. We see good possession here early on from Northport. As Waterman will get it by his own cage.
Yeah, the pressure being applied early on in this second period by Northport has really limited what the Knights could do. As I say that, Skinner goes on a breakaway.
And a save by McCartney. A fast break attempt there for Skinner, straight to the chest of McCartney with 10:22 to go.
Yeah, Skinner's, he's also been another guy who's been very good for the Knights tonight in transition, as you see, forcing that turnover out in the neutral zone, right at the red line. Took it away, created the breakaway chance for himself, but McCartney read that one the whole way.
It'll be Alfano and Schwartz here on the faceoff. Puck meets, and faceoff is won by Northport. Guard in the corner, a check there at the boards by Cohen. Over the neutral ice, handling the puck is Alfano. 2-on-1 attempt, and it's combated there by Schwartz and Trainer. Behind the cage, in transition now across the blue line, stick defended there by Alfano. Schwartz working here, 1-on-1 against Hahn. And a shot attempt, and it's a goal. KPC goal to extend their lead here, 4-0 over this Northport squad. As we go to the replay here, take a look at who got that one in the net.
What a shot right there by Joey Schwartz. Gets the pass off the wall, skates in, and does enough to evade the poke check there. Cuts in wide, not a great angle, and might have went off the crossbar and in. I think I heard some iron. Nonetheless, a snipe from Joey Schwartz, and 4-0 lead now for the Knights.
As the face-off is won by KPC, Alfano handling in the corner now. Grabbed there, and up the side they go. Little chip of a puck. It'll be a 2-on-1 for Cohen and Tuzzolo on the net, and it's in! A goal! 5-0 lead on the goal by Tuzzolo on the 2-1 fast break.
You see here, great play by Cohen, chipping it ahead. 2-on-1 ends up turning into a little mini breakaway for Tuzzolo here. Rolling puck just as he gets it to settle. Elects to take the backhand shot and sneaks it right over that right pad of McCartney.
And KPC off to a hot start here early on in the second period, as another faceoff is won by Northport, but they can't seem to retain it as it's bounced off the boards. Handled at the midline by Dowling. Working on it is Hedger. And some climbering going in, and it'll be cleared as it's another chip pass into the corner there to Striga. Cleared to the right now, handled by Thomas Martin. Over to the center, and a save in the blue crease there for Esturo. And it'll be KPC puck.
Great opportunity there in front. Nice deflection. Good job by Hedger getting to the top of the blue paint. Not getting in the paint and obstructing Esturo, but doing his job, trying to take away the eyes. Got a piece of it, but Esturo keeping that door closed.
Once again, another Northport face-off. Being handled around the corner by Dowling. Shot on goal around the corner and saved by Esturo. Cleared then, working on it again is Hedger. Battling by the boards on the far side is Tucci and Hedger. It's cleared then by Dowling. Behind the cage he goes. Good stick handling there with the puck by Hedger. Working on it again, and it's broken up. Tucci handling a 2-on-1 here against Stradler. And it's a little bit too far of a pass for Allstat. Can't make a contempt on it. But once again, KPC will retain possession. Handling it in the neutral zone now. Tucci back with the puck. An even 2-on-2 here. And a stick protection there, and a one-timer by Tuzzolo. No good, far.
Nice keeping at the blue line there. Look at that pass. Oh, nice stick in front. Great defensive play there. I believe that was number 29, Khan in front. Solid play for the Tigers.
It's back along the boards on the near side. It'll be Striga trying to clear it for this KPC squad. Working there 1-on-1 with Guzzo. And now it'll be in KPC possession. Across the ice they go. Beal working early there, defending for this Northport squad, trying to get a puck in their possession. Up the sides of the boards, into Zolo's possession. Up the side to Zolo goes, it's a 2-on-1. Skinner across the way, a one-timer, and it's saved by McCartney. A second attempt there from Skinner, and both saved by McCartney.
Great stop there, that initial try from Rescue using his speed. Tigers just able to hold the zone there as they're looking to get an opportunity, but KPC shutting it down once again.
Skinner's puck again, working on Spardell. A shot on goal, and it's in. Hits off, looked like the back of McCartney off of his glove. We'll take another look here for a KPC goal.
Great speed from Skinner. He's been making a lot happen in this game, and see, tucks that shoulder to protect the puck, and as soon as he gets it backhand to forehand, a quick flip, gets it in that, I call it the 7-hole, Kev, you know, between that arm and the body on that blocker's side, and makes it a 6-0 game here for the Knights.
And a face-off now won for the first time in all of the second period by KPC. It'll be handled by Waterman in their own zone. Working on it now is Beal. Across the ice there. An attempt off the stick. And now in the hands of Trainer. Now crossing the blue line into the neutral zone. Beal working. A little chip pass there from Skinner to Cohen. Working on it. Now stick defended there from number 51, Cusco. Now in the far corner, KPC and Trainer looking to get something going here on this Northport squad. Schwartz working on the far side, checked at the boards. It'll still remain Northport possession. Third at the top now, across the blue line is Waterman. Stick defended there by DeZarno. And it's over to the Northport goalie, McCartney. He clears it over to 51, Cusco. Handling over the puck, a nice cross move across the bread line. Going over the blue line and crossing into the zone, and he's tripped up by number 51, Waterman, and 51, Cusco getting tangled up there as they're battling at the boards, and a penalty is called.
Yeah, Knights are going to go back on the power play here with 5:24 to go in the second period.
Yeah, we've seen the power play be such a crucial aspect of this game, giving both teams a lot of opportunities, you know, with man-on-man coverages being lopsided. Let's go into the far side now. Face-off. Puck drop, and it'll be a 5-on-4 in favor of KPC. Face-off won there by Northport, swung up the side, dealt in with Striga as he strips on himself. And a clear there from Guzzo. Handled by Tucci in the neutral zone. Across the blue line and back into KPC territory. Handling it is Alfano, being worked on by Tucci. Gets Alfano on his knees. Bringing it around the horn and behind, now in front of the cage. A little twist. Handled with and in front of and blocked by Asturo, saving another goal here and keeping it a 6-0 ball game for this KPC squad.
And the Knights, through the first 28 seconds, doing a nice job of not letting the Tigers set up. The Tigers coming back in, looking to capitalize off that fast break, but again, Asturo doing a very nice job of tracking pucks tonight.
Puck trick one there by Tezzulo. It's 1-on-1 here, all stat on Thomas Martin. Shot attempt no good off the skate. Around the edge, checked into the board there. Chip up and caught in the glove like a baseball from McCartney there.
Yeah, McCartney looked like he was out in center field at Yankee Stadium.
And did what Judge couldn't do in the World Series.
Oh, take it easy there, Magnus.
Coming from a Yankees fan as well.
So why are you saying that, guy? Come on, man. You see, Kev, he's knocking the Yankees. He's a Yankees fan.
Puck drop there, fought for on the near side. Cleared over the middle. Now on the side for Zolo.
Great pass there from Rescue to Striga.
Striga with a one-timer, slap shot over the goal and around the side, now back into Zolo's stick. Alfano checked at the board. It's back to Striga. Puts chance at another one-timer. At the goal, saved by McCartney again, getting his work in. Once again, remains the KPC possession. Alfano working hard there in the corner. Cleared over there by Tizzo. A little chip shot again, something that Northport has been doing a great job of tonight. And Striga over the blue line into his own zone. Across the ice they go. Cleared over there to Zola. Up the ice and in the neutral zone. Puck handling and a clear pass, not gotten there by Skinner, as Alfano will check Skinner to the borders. Alfano catches the break of it, and now he'll circle it back around, going up in transition across the blue line and into KPC territory. Working one-on-one there against Mezalma. Oh, and a big check there.
Penalty coming up. Both officials are very quick to put their arms up, Magnus. And we're going to take a brief pause here. We're going to step away just for a moment while the officials will figure this out. Alfano going to get checked on right now. Hope he's okay. So we're going to take a quick pause here.
And we are back here from the North Rinks here in Hop Hog. A little timeout there. Alfano back up on his own power. Good to see him. We hope to see him up in the next possession for Northport. A 6-0 ball game with 3:23 left to go in the second period. Northport looking to get something going here. It'll be a penalty, a drop in KPC territory.
Yeah, we'll see when it comes through on our official live stats, Magnus, what that official call was. It looked like it was Skinner who did get the penalty. So sometimes it takes a minute or two to update. So Skinner did get called 2 for head contact. I believe a 10 does get attached with that. So we'll stay updated on the sheet if that pops through. But power play underway here for the Tigers. Great chance for them to get on the board.
Yeah, early on we see a one-timer attempt there by Thomas Martin, defended by Asturo. And it'll once again be a face-off. Dowling. Puck possession now gets by Thomas Martin, and in transition goes KPC. 2-on-1, but quickly cleared there by Kahn over to Dowling. Dowling working on Trainer. Around the far side they go. Working behind the cage, and it's taken up by Trainer and cleared, and it'll go back into the hands of Thomas Martin. Stick handling as he's put into the boards. And back now in Kahn's stick. Working in his own zone. Clears it to Dowling across the blue line. Dowling goes. In transition. Kicks it with his skate. And Mezalma working in transition. 1-on-2 opportunity. Dowling crosses it. A shot attempt saved by McCartney. And Mezalma working now, as it's now a Dowling's puck. Across the blue line they go, defended by Trainer, and cleared into the neutral zone.
And KPC not afraid to get aggressive here on the penalty kill. You see Meza Salma, the defenseman, rushing down the ice, showing off his hands, and almost getting a golden scoring opportunity. Now the Tigers trying to set things back up here.
Quick in transition, and a shot attempt there by Thomas Martin, defended off the chest of Meza Salma. Working in the corner now, Mezzasalma on Guzzo. And cleared over the head of Thomas Martin and onto the stick of Kahn. Giving it back over on the far side. Mezzasalma will have no pressure as it's near his cage. Approaching now is Guzzo. Around he goes, and he clears it back to the other side.
So it was a 2 and a 10, so it's going to be a little bit before we see Skinner again. It looks like Tucci was in the box serving. So Tucci's going to come out in 2 seconds for the 2-minute minor. And I apologize. I'm not going to try to do the math right now on what the 10 minutes for Skinner is. But I promise I will try during intermission to figure it out so that way we can get an exact timestamp for you guys at home as to when we're going to see Colin Skinner again.
Face off Beal and Schwartz. And now across the blue line and into Northport zone. Handled by Cusco. Clears it over to the far side for DeSarno. DeSarno 3-on-2 now. Clears it to the middle and defended by Waterman. Waterman working around the edge and interior, going up the side of the boards there. And in transition is Schwartz. Schwartz got a 2-on-2 here and slows it down to rethink it. Sends it behind the cage of Northport and handled by Spardell. Schwartz does it again. Spardell will receive it again and send it right back to Schwartz. Playing a little hot potato with the puck now.
Final minute here as well, Magnus. 40 seconds to go to be exact.
Northport looking to get a shot on here. 35 to go in the second period. And across the middle, it'll be Waterman one-on-one on a breakaway. And it's defended by Cusco.
Great defensive play right there. Coming back to slow down Waterman.
Tuzzulo working, and now it's on the stick of Frey in transition. And there's a big collision there in the neutral zone. Multiple men on the ice.
5 seconds left. One last shot, maybe.
Defended there.
Great block.
DeSarno, yeah. And that'll be the end of the second period here. It is 6-0 Kings Park Commack Knights leading the Northport Tigers here on the Long Island Sports Network.
Coming back for the third period, Travis Quigley and Magnus Healy here on the call. Magnus, great job on the second period, play-by-play there, as it's 6-0. KPC lead over Northport Huntington. Knights looking to secure their first win of the season. Tigers going to look to battle back in the final 15 minutes here on the North Rink before we move to varsity hockey the rest of the night. Tigers with possession. Tucci going to take it away quickly. Looks to backhand it deep. He recovers possession. Takes a shot that goes right off the stick of Andrew Kahn and squirts off into the near side corner. Tozzolo's going to get it in the high slot, trying to split through 2D, and it's poked off his stick. Forced into the corner. Kahn and Tucci come together. It's back with Kahn. Kahn elects for the high flip off the glove and out of the zone. And now here comes Tiso. Tiso driving wide, looking to beat Mezzasalma and Allstat. Allstat will drive him to the boards. Striga takes the biscuit, plays it up the wall, and Tucci swats it down the ice. All the way for an icing. Face-off going down into the Knights zone. 1 minute and 2 seconds gone here in the third period.
Yeah, one thing that I want to point out that's been such a commanding factor for the Knights here tonight is they're commanding sticks in transition. They've been batting down pucks all night. We've seen a lot of particular chip shots, which is something that they've been working in, whether it's intentional or not, and KPC has just been doing such a great job of defending in transition and getting back on their own zone.
To the left of Carson Esturo. Carbett takes the face-off and wins it. It'll be a weak side rim to Waterman. Waterman looking to chip it out of the zone, try to create a 2-on-1 opportunity. It's held in at the blue line and dumped on Esturo, where he'll stop it up and cover for the whistle. Tigers still looking to beat Carson for the first time here tonight. He's been stellar when the puck has come his way. On the other side, Matthew McCartney, you look at the scoreboard, 6 against, and you might think Matthew hasn't played well tonight, but Matthew has played sensational. He's made a lot of big saves, as that one from the point fired in. Carson Esturo with the glove stop, and you got to tip your cap to both goalies here in this contest, Magnus. They both have played very well.
Yeah, it's like Esturo heard the broadcast. He said, well, watch this. A save of his own there. But yeah, as you were mentioning, Travis, McCartney has been playing out of this world. A lot of really good glove saves. And he, at one point during the second period, didn't even have a stick and still was able to make a save with his glove.
Up top to Koisku. He fires. Esturo left pad stop. It's sent down the ice. And it's going to be an icing again on the Knights. Tigers, a lot of pressure in the early going here in this third period, trying to create their first goal.
Yeah, opportunities have been made for the KPC squad, and now we're starting to see some stuff trickle in and fall into the hands of Northport. And it's just about capitalizing. We've seen this a lot early on from guys like Tezzulo, both of the brothers on the squad, matter of fact. And you can take advantage of this. There's still 13 minutes to go. We still have a game in our hands.
As you mentioned, Tezzulo, the Schwartz brothers, Joey and Ryan, have had a hand in this game. Nice move in front. Shot, save, Esturo, and then it's blocked in the blue paint by Waterman. What a play by the defenseman on the Knights. Allstat drives in, hooks a pass to Schwartz, and McCartney punches it away. Trainer will hold it in at the blue line. Fans on the wrister. It pops over to Tezzulo. Tezzulo for Joey Schwartz. Schwartz showing off the mitts. Nice move there. Looking back door, and it's swiped out of the zone by Koisku. Puck won't have the legs. Not going to make it to the goal line for an icing. Waterman looking to hook it around on the near side. Continues to push it forward. It's taken away and then forced out of the zone. Dumped back down by Caden Thomas Martin. Esturo thought about coming out of the crease to play it. Instead, Trainer will scoop it up. Moves it for Tezzulo and return to Trainer. Bounced off his stick though, and Thomas Martin will jump it. Taken away, but held in the zone by Beal. Beal's attempt did not get through and is cleared out to the red line. Koisku with pressure on him, and it's stolen. Joey Schwartz is in on a break. Joey Schwartz looking to go 5-hole. McCartney shuts the door.
And once again, McCartney showing off the glove and his ability to defend the cage there. All night he's done it.
And that was a great job by McCartney. Tracking the shooter the whole way, keeping the stick down in front of that 5-hole, and not allowing Schwartz to pot another one. As it's a battle inside the circle now. Who's going to come away with it? It's popping around and kept by Striga. Striga chips it low. Resicue, a little one-handed poke into the corner. Resicue takes possession. He'll spin out. Looks for a wrist shot that's blocked. Ava Spardell got in the way of that. A breakout pass through the middle is taken away by Tezzulo for Resicue on the one-timer, but he puts it over. Up top for Schwartz. That's Ryan Schwartz back for Tezzulo, protecting the puck. Now driving the net. Tezzulo shoots. Blocker save. Tezzulo knocked to the ice. A penalty coming up here, and the Knights will go back on the power play. Kahn going to go to the box here. 11:19 to go in the third, and KPC back on the man advantage.
Yeah, they've been on that all night, and that's kind of created the success that we're seeing here on the scoreboard. And you really start to wonder, as we said earlier, and we were talking about kind of what you could take away from game one of the season. And obviously, your first 45 is not going to look like your last 45. And as a team, you can grow. And we've seen some developments from Northport and both from KPC on different strategies and how they move the puck around. Earlier, Northport struggled with spreading each other out, and now we see them doing a much better job of that.
I think that's a great point you bring up, is the way you look tonight is definitely not going to be the way your team looks 3 months from now, 4, 5, 6 months from now, especially when we get closer to playoff time. This is the opening week. This is the first taste that all these teams are getting as Northport chants there. Estero off the glove on the shot from Alfano to Zolo. Dishes ahead for Tucci. Again, Knights are on the power play. Tucci shoots, far pad attempt to Zolo, trying to get to the rebound. Can't get another shot, but keeps possession. Backhand pass to Tucci. He fires, and McCartney again will make the save, keeps the rebound close, and covers it up. 39 seconds gone on the power play for the Knights.
Yeah, I think you could walk away from that possession happy as Northport. They didn't really threaten a lot. You kind of had the puck in there in, KPC's zone for most of that possession, and you shave off a lot of clock, and now you're going to have to 1 minute and 21 left in the penalty play.
Chance here for KPC. That one got deflected on the way. McCartney steers it to the corner. Cohen knocked off the puck initially by Spardell, coming down to help it to Zolo. Moves it up top. Trainer from the point. Spardell blocked to Zolo. Bounces to him. Kick save, McCartney. And a second. Will he make a third? It's still loose. And now the Tigers will look to clear. Racing ahead. Short-handed. It's Dowling. Barrels himself through Trainer. Mezasama's there to take the biscuit and lead the breakout. Mezasama carrying off onto the backhand, left-hand side, gets the stick lifted by Dowling as the puck shakes off to the corner. Spardell there to help. A couple of bodies come together. Trainer's going to hold the zone. And no, it just came out offside the call. 27 seconds left on the penalty to Kahn. 9:46 remaining in regulation.
Yeah, we saw a fast transition there going from Northport over to KPC, and we saw the two most aggressive stick handlers and strongest stick handlers on both of these squads in Mezasama and Dowling just going at it and battling from their side back to Northport.
Draws one back by the Tigers, but Rescue jumps it quickly and is able to poke it deep. It gets wrapped around the wall, and Allstat's there trying to swing it to the point. Mezasama felt the pressure from Alfano, so he just hammers it back low. Kahn will return in 10 seconds as Tiso centers the Alfano off to the races now, trying to drive wide on Trainer. Tucks the shoulder, backhand, forehand just wide. We return to 5-on-5 hockey as Kahn steps back out onto the ice. Schwartz plays it around. Kahn's right there to move it to Alfano. Alfano knocked down by Joey Schwartz. Trainer gonna get called for a penalty here. I think Alfano's going with him now. I think the initial call was on Trainer for a cross check, and Alfano, believe, got called on, I want to say it's going to be a roughing going to him. We'll see what Tebow signals here. Again, cross-checking Trainer. I was correct. And it's going to be a high sticking call going to Alfano.
Yeah, Alfano a little frustrated there that he got put on the ice and, gets his get back.
So we stay at 5-on-5 hockey here. Well, pardon me, as Allstat pokes it away, gets a breakaway. Allstat fakes, shot, what a glove stop, McCartney. Pass out front, Rescue couldn't hammer it home. Stretch pass looking for Tiso out of his reach. It'll come all the way down the ice, icing the call. What a chance right there for Allstat, Magnus. Big burst of speed, and Kev's got the replay for us right here.
Yeah, you see he's coming down the ice there into Northport zone, and McCartney doing what he's been doing all night. He has a one-on-one, and it's a phenomenal glove side save and gets Allstat's attempt out of the way.
Joey Schwartz trying to go forward off the draw. McCartney quick to cover it. 8:38 to go here, third period. Knights with a 6-0 lead here in this contest. Goes back to Waterman, knocked off his stick. One-on-one chance. Kahn with the move around Schwartz. Kahn on a breakaway now. Waterman on the back check will sweep it away. What a defensive play by Waterman there. And he banks it off the wall. And now here comes Allstat. Breakaway try. Glove save, McCartney.
What a great job in transition from both squads. KPC, as we look here, banks it off the wall, and it's a perfect little scoop there for Allstat. Gets around the Northport defender, and it's a one-on-one with McCartney. And McCartney does what he's been doing, as I've said, over and over all night, right into the glove. Simple little save there.
Read that one perfectly, right into the mitt. As it comes back to Striga at the point. That one off the glove of McCartney and over the net. Koisku battling, looks to send it around the boards. Tucci will collect. Dropping down and defending is Guzzo. Across, helping it out of the zone, Dowling. Dowling, one-on-one chance, stopped up by Meza Salma. He'll chip it out of the zone. Spardell slows him down, but Meza Salma gets it right back, 3-on-2. Meza Salma fans on the initial try, and now Koisku's gonna take it away. He'll lead the charge himself. Robert Koisku off to his backhand, cutting wide, but forced behind by Cohen. Down the wall is Hedger. Looking to cut out front, lost it in his skates, and Tozzolo will carry north. Goes wide on Spardell. Tozzolo on the backhand, takes it behind the net. 7:15 to go in regulation. Meza Salma at the point, touched across, just held in there by Logan Striga. Tucci lost it in his skates, and it's forced out of the zone by Hedger. Dowling's gonna swoop back as he tries to start the breakout. Looking to go long, nobody home, icing coming.
Yeah, one thing we see in transition, and it's happened a few times, is icing, as you've mentioned, Travis. Northport just tends to shoot it a little bit far, trying to create some space. Dowling a little bit frustrated with himself.
And you just said, they're trying to, you see what they're trying to do? They're trying to stretch the ice and create more offensive opportunities for themselves. Just having a little bit of difficulty tonight with the execution on those passes. And again, first game of the season, those first game jitterbugs, you know, sometimes they get you. And I'm sure as the season progresses, we're going to see cleaner execution for not just the Tigers, for all these teams across all divisions. The hockey's a lot different in December than it is in September, I can promise that. Waterman, nice defensive play there, looking to wheel the net and get some speed going up this sheet. Waterman cuts inside, trying to get back out, knocked away by Beal. Plays it in front, and it's steered into the opposite corner. 6:20 remaining. Third period of play. Beal takes the biscuit over the blue line. Fakes outside, stays in, and the shot's blocked by Schwartz. Held in at the blue line. That one deflected and bounces off beneath the goal line. It's chopped up the wall. Resicue clears. Foot race for it. Who's going to come away with it? It's Resicue. He'll drive the net. Snapshot on goal. McCartney covers.
Yeah, McCartney with another phenomenal save. Puck's moving up and down the sheet very quickly. And as you mentioned before, the quick transitioning is what your games and what the gameplay will look like for all squads at all levels of hockey. And I guarantee you, when Northport goes, and as well with KPC, and they go to play their next game, it's going to look completely different. What they struggled with today, they'll be better at. And that's kind of the progression of the season that we'll see.
KPC, Northport, Huntington, two programs with a lot of history here in the Suffolk County High School Hockey League at all levels, Magnus. Always known for having some of the top talent in the league is Waterman. He makes a fake outside. He's going to toe drag to the middle, looking for a shot. McCartney again will make the save. A little pushing and shoving in front. Official quick to step in there, break it up, and get back to the hockey. We're going to be on the near side here, left of McCartney, with a little bit over 5.5 remaining in the third period. Joey Schwartz and Alfano set for the draw. And helping it out, diving right through there was Tiso. Solid play by the winger on the defensive zone faceoff. Gonna force the Knights to break things out here. His trainer will chip it off the boards. Looking for Schwartz in the middle. It goes over his stick. And Koisku will win the race back into his own zone. Comes across, a stretch pass off a leg. And now a 50-50 puck. Alfano gets there. Alfano can't get a shot through. Esturo again keeps it out. Tizzolo will poke the puck to the red line. And a slap shot back down the ice for Northport's Ryan Hahn. It pops in the air. Tiso collects, trying to get it on his forehand. Knocked down to the point. Hahn shot. Steered away by Mezzasalma. And now Schwartz will skate ahead. Alfano coming back to get numbers. Offside called on KPC.
Yeah, as we had mentioned, the difficulties in transitioning that Northport had and getting a lot of icing calls. One thing I started to notice now that KPC does that maybe Northport could pick up on is they use the boards. I've noticed a lot that KPC has been banging it off the boards and slowing the speed of the puck down to create more opportunities and let their guys get down the sheet.
These two teams, they will see each other again throughout this season. This won't be the only matchup. And that's always one of the best things to see is what happens after the first matchup going into the second matchup. How do things change? And I'm sure that's something that we'll be able to look forward to later on in the season. As 4:20 to go here, Tigers looking to get one here as it pops up the wall. Played out front, nobody home. As Hedger was looking for the centering feed to the slot. KPC done a great job structurally on the defensive side of things tonight. As the headman puck to Allstat, taken away, and Koisku turns up the ice. He's got numbers. Koisku with Hedger to his left, across just out of Hedger's reach. He'll take it off the wall, trying to get back out front. Ryan Schwartz got a piece of it, or else that was likely going to end up on Koisku's tape all alone in front of Esturo. Dowling trying to chip it ahead to Zolo, slows him down and gets the puck to Tucci. Tucci enters. Looking for Allstat, pass was behind him. Koisku deflects it away. Schwartz will hold it in. Just chips it right back down the glass. Tucci settles. Gets some help from Allstat. Now it's back to Tucci. Across, steered away by McCartney. Hedger dishes, and now a one-on-one opportunity. Guzzo poked away by Striga, and Allstat coming back will take it again. Schwartz across off the heel of his stick, so Tizzolo will collect. Push back in, Striga settles and just rips it down the ice. Icing coming.
Yeah, we see KPC replicating a little bit what Northport's done there, but Striga did a great job on that possession of getting back and able to bat away Guzzo's attempt on the breakaway and save Esturo's need of a save.
2:49 to go here in the third period. 6-0 lead for the Kings Park Commack Knights. Ozone draw here for Northport. Carbit and Beal. Beal wins it. Right back to the point. Comes into the high slot, unable to get a shot through his Frey. And the Knights will clear the zone. Foot race between Skinner and Khan. And it goes off of Skinner's stick, out of play.
Yeah, great job in transitioning there for Khan to get back and save McCartney there. Gets back, working on Skinner one-on-one, able to put it off Skinner's leg, or stick, excuse me, and retain possession.
Corey gets his puck back. And now we get the face-off. Opposite point, Mezzasalma hits a body on the way. Had McCartney fooled, had me fooled. Clean breakout here for the Tigers. Numbers entering the zone. Beal trying to go outside in, knifed off his stick. Recovered though, now driving the net. Stuff play, save Esturo. Big pad stop right there on Frey. And now a Rescue the opposite way on a breakaway. He scores! Cody Rescue, after the stop on one end by his netminder, Carson Esturo, takes it the other way and buries.
Yeah, another big play in transition on the breakaway. You see a little chip shot we've seen a lot tonight. And then it's one-on-one with McCartney. And for first time in a while now in the third period, they get the best of McCartney.
Through the middle of the ice, it's Joey Schwartz. He's got Cohen on his right. Schwartz moves to the backhand, shoots. What a toe stop by McCartney there. Just kept that puck out. Minute 45 to go. We got a penalty called. Official steps in, and I think we're gonna have a couple of penalties called here. We're not gonna speculate what the penalties are here. We're gonna just wait for those to pop up on our live feed. Cohen to the box, and looks like Caden Thomas Martin to the box for the Tigers.
Yeah, trying to figure out what might have happened and what they'll be calling here.
So yeah, Mason Cohen for KPC, Thomas Martin for the Tigers in the box, and I think we're just going to stay at 5-on-5 here. I don't think anything extra is going to go up on the board. Again, we'll see.
Called with a roughing, 2 minute on Cohen.
So likely going the same way for Thomas Martin. We'll get a look in a moment here, but nonetheless, 5-on-5, $1:40 to go. Alfano trying to get down the sheet. Waterman stops him at the red line, right in front of the scorer's box. Chipped back out of the zone, foot race forward. Alfano couldn't get there in time. Schwartz will poke it away, but it's held in at the blue line. Blown tire for Alfano. Joey Schwartz looking to chip it out. It takes a hop, and now here comes Allstat. 3-on-1. Allstat fakes out, goes in, takes it solo. A backhand try goes over the net. Waterman will keep it in the zone. Puts it back into the corner for Tizzolo. Tizzolo, little hesitation, and cycles it around. Final minute of play here in this game. Chipped off the wall. Waterman ahead for Allstat. Alfano comes across and takes it from him. They'll put it off the boards for Tiso. Tiso, nice move around Waterman. Across, the shot of Sturo with a big save. 35 seconds remaining. Another chance. Tiso poked away and cleared out of the zone by Waterman. McCartney coming way out, thought about playing it, but Koisku's back in time. He'll go for a D-to-D pass. Missed his partner, and now Allstat walks to the net with Tucci. Passes to Tucci. Tucci shoots wide. 10 seconds to go. Tiso trying to carry it out of the zone. He's forced back in behind the net. 5 seconds remaining. One last rush at it. Let's see if they can get another shot. He'll get slowed up at the red line, and that's going to do it. The Kings Park Commack Knights picking up a 7-0 shutout victory. Carson Esturo gets his first shutout of the season in the Knights' first win of the season.
Yeah, great job in the cage there from Esturo. We see an offensive flurry for the Kings Park Commack Knights. Good game on both sides. We saw some positives there from Northport as well. Both teams will certainly improve come their next 45.
So again, final score 7-0 in favor of KPC. Stick with us, folks. Of course, we got more hockey going on the south side. Here on the north side, 2 varsity matchups for these 4 teams. It'll be their first varsity games of this season. We've got the Northport Huntington Tigers set to square off against the Connecticut Sayville T-Birds. And then after that, wrapping up our evening, it'll be East Islip taking on Middle Country. Once again, final score here, 7-0 Kings Park Commack over Northport Huntington. On behalf of Gabe Takuri, Sam Musnick, our producer Kevin Broderick, our cameraman Paul Trentini, color commentator Magnus Healy, I'm Travis Quigley. Hope you all have a great rest of your night. And as always, we'll see you next time right here on the LI Sports Network.